every year the NCAA tournament has to have its region of doom, the hardest one, and the East Regional wins it easily this year with overall number 1 seed Ohio State, number 2 North Carolina, who's been playing so well since they made the change at point guard, number 3 Syracuse, who's just a tough team that everyone has to go against with that matchup zone, and number 4 Kentucky, a team that just came on, won the SEC tournament, did so much. So I think that the East, when you look at how top-heavy it's going to be, that's going to be the one that everyone's looking at, and it's got a couple of the real interesting teams in the middle with George Mason, who everyone knows from 2006 and made the great run to the Final Four. They have a veteran team again, and Villanova's in there at number 9, who they'll play in the first round. And Nova's one of those teams early in the season. They were so good, and they stumbled so badly coming in to the tournament, but you can see in your mind them turning it around again. So to see them down in the middle of that region just shows you how good a region it is. Then you go to the West region, and the West region's always been the one over the years that the teams from the eastern part of the United States love to go out there, get away from all their fans, get away from all the local media pressure, and it's kind of like on a working vacation. And this year you're going to get Duke out there as the number 1 seed, and maybe when you get them away from everything that they've been going under so much pressure as defending national champs, maybe it'll be a little bit easier for them. You have a team like Connecticut out there as the number 3. San Diego State, the local team out there, gets to be the number 2 seed. And the amazing thing about San Diego State, only BYU beat them this year. Only one team found a way to beat San Diego State all year, and there's no other team in the country that can claim that. So San Diego State gets a new lease on life, getting BYU out of there, and they're going to be playing near home in Anaheim, so that could be a big break for them. When you go to the Southwest Regional, that's going to be down in San Antonio, Kansas is the obvious runaway pick in that region. They're so good, they're so deep, they're tough up front, they're tough in the backcourt, and you look at the other teams that are out there in the top with them, and Notre Dame is the number 2 seed. Notre Dame is a veteran team. They're a smart team, but they're not a quick team, and I think they're a team that other teams are going to look forward to trying to change the pace on them and get them going and get them playing at a different speed, so it's going to be tough for them. Louisville's out there as a number 4, coming off a good Big East tournament where they lost to Connecticut in the championship game, so you can see where that's going to be one that could make a difference. And then you have teams out there like a Vanderbilt sitting at 5. You know, Vanderbilt's always one of those teams that after you picked against them, you say, why did I do that? You know, they're such a good, solid team, and, you know, have them sitting on the 5 line out there makes a big difference. And you go to the Southeast Regional, and I think the team that we always have in golf, you know, the best player never to win a major, it's a label we can't wait to throw on somebody. Well, Pittsburgh is the best college program not to have reached the Final Four. And I think this is a year where they still have trouble scoring, but they're such a solid defensive team. And I think they're going to be in charge of that regional out there. And, you know, Florida's number 2. I think of all the number 2s, they're the shakiest one, so that's a break for Pitt right there. And then when you come up and they're going to have Wisconsin as the 4 seed, and they're going to be coming, and BYU is the 3 seed there. BYU with the suspended player Brandon Davies, who made such a big difference to them up front. I think people are going to look at the Southeast Regional and say that that's the easiest one, and then we'll go back and look at the East as the toughest one. So it happens every year. You're going to pick one and see where it goes, but I think this year it's pretty safe to say we have a best and a worst of the 4 regions.